I've got a couple of questions here from David, and I'm not sure if it's the same David, but it's quite likely. He was talking in regard to what we were saying about professional rugby and so on, and he says all well and good in professional rugby, but what's the protocol in amateur rugby or schools rugby? How well is it looked after there? And if I just go on, he's then the other David, if it is another David, says so many concussions get missed, and he gets parents ringing him asking if their child, mostly in rugby, is concussed, and his answer is always, if you think he or she may have been concussed, then they probably have been, so don't take the risk.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on that?
So again, another massive topic to talk about today, but when I trained with complete concussions back in 2018, one of the big things that I tried to put across to my local club is that we need to be managing these concussions a lot better than we are doing. You know, kids are being pulled off weekend in, weekend out. My husband was a director of rugby at a private school. One of my clinics is based within a private school. So trying to put these protocols out into grassroots sports was very, very difficult and impossible, I have to say, as a one-man band. That's how I got involved with Love of the Game, which is the organisation that's headed up by the Minister for Concussion in Sport, with the whole idea of, if we can't do it at a sort of my level, just one person talking about how we need to, you know, bring in complete concussion management at grassroots level. So we went to the top, we went to that level, and very, very soon, I can't divulge too much information about it, but on the 17th, on the 17th of April, there's new national guidelines on how to manage concussion. And
where
in the UK.
Right. Okay.
And they're they're going to be hot off the press on the 17th of April.
Right. So this is not just sport. This is what, NICE guidelines?
No, these are government guidelines on how we should be managing concussion in sport, with a particular bias towards grassroots sports, and that's what Love of the Game are trying to really improve on.
Well, I've got here, which I printed off earlier, on the SCAT3 and SCAT5 assessment things which are used in football and professional rugby, and we're not going to go through them because they're horrendously lengthy and complicated, and I thought a bit confusing as well. But are they useful? I mean,
so essentially, there's.
Sorry, I should say SCAT stands for Sports Concussion Assessment Tool, doesn't it?
Yeah. So essentially, there is a group of researchers and experts in the field that get together every 4 years to devise this assessment tool, and the last one was in Amsterdam in September, Cam? October. And there will be a new SCAT, I imagine, from all the research that's coming into play. Right. And yes, it is the most standardised assessment tool, but it is not foolproof, and we need to widen the assessment of concussion. And again, this is what we do at Complete Concussions. We use the SCAT as part of that process. Right.